All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're unpacking a book that has been a total game changer for so many people, $100 million offers. And the whole idea is right there in the title. How do you make an offer so good, so just packed with value that people would feel genuinely stupid saying no?
So let me ask you something, and be honest. Are you just tired of competing on price? You know, constantly slashing your prices, running sales, and still feeling like you're fighting for every single customer? It's a race to the bottom, and it's exhausting.
Well, here's the core idea from the author Alex Hormozi. He says that most businesses don't fail because their product is bad. No, they fail because their offer is weak. We get so obsessed with perfecting our product, but the real power, the real leverage, is in making the offer itself completely irresistible. And that leads us to his big concept, the Grand Slam Offer. Look, this isn't about tricky sales tactics. It's about engineering an offer where the value is so huge, so obvious, that the price almost becomes an afterthought. The goal is to get people to want to buy from you, not feel like they've been sold to.
And this right here is a huge mindset shift. So many of us are taught to just hustle harder, right? Put in more hours. But Hormozi's whole point is that success isn't about more effort. It's about better strategy. It's about focusing all that energy on building a truly superior offer.
And you can really see the difference here. The old way, it's a losing game. You're fighting on price, you're listing a bunch of features nobody really cares about, and your pricing is based on your costs. But with Hormozi's way, you're playing a totally different sport. You're competing on insane value, you're selling the dream outcome your customer wants, and you're pricing based on the results you deliver.
But hold on. Before you even start building this incredible offer, Hormozi says you have to do one thing first. Find the right market. You need to find what he calls a starving crowd, a group of people who are in a lot of pain, have the money to solve it, and are easy to find. I mean, think about it. Selling water in the desert is easy. Selling it to someone who's drowning is impossible. It all starts with who you're selling to.
Okay, so how do we actually create this kind of overwhelming value? Well, the good news is it's not just guesswork. Hormozi gives us a simple but incredibly powerful formula to basically manufacture value. He calls it the value equation.
And here it is. It might look a little like a math problem from school, but this is pure genius. What it shows is that value comes from four things. Up top, you have the stuff you want to increase. What's the dream outcome for your customer? And how likely do they believe they are to achieve it with your help? And on the bottom, you have the stuff you want to crush. How long will it take, and how much effort and sacrifice is involved?
So what this means is that we now have 4 different levers we can pull to make our offer way more valuable. We can make the dream outcome even better. We can use guarantees and testimonials to boost their belief that it'll work. We can figure out how to get them results faster. And we can make it as easy and painless as humanly possible for them. Tweak any one of these, and the total value of your offer goes way up.
All right, so we've got the formula. Now for the really fun part. How do we actually build our own Grand Slam offer? This is where we go from theory to practice and start stacking so much value that our competition just becomes a non-factor.
So here's what Hormozi says to do. First, brainstorm every single problem your customer has on their journey, not just the main one your core offer solves. Then, create solutions for all of them. These become your bonuses. We're talking templates, checklists, private coaching calls, you name it. Then, you bundle it all together under a really cool, memorable name.
And this is where the magic really happens. Your core product might be worth, say, $2,000. But when you add in all those extra bonuses, the coaching, the community, the templates, you can honestly show that you're delivering $10,000 in total value. So now, you're not just selling a $2,000 thing. You are offering a $10,000 solution for only $2,000. See how the whole conversation just changed?
So you've got this offer that's packed with value. But you know how it is. People still wait. The next step is to add some real urgency to get them to act now. And this isn't about fake countdown timers or anything like that. It's about using honest, ethical reasons to encourage a decision.
Hormozi gives us 3 legitimate ways to do this. You can have a limited number of spots, which is a real physical constraint. You can have a real deadline, like an enrollment period that closes on Friday. Or you can offer an incredible extra bonus, but only for the first handful of people who sign up. All of these create a real reason to decide now instead of later.
Okay, you've stacked the value, you've added urgency. The final piece of the puzzle,
The thing that really makes saying no feel like a terrible decision is to take all of the risk off of your customer's shoulders and put it onto your own.
Hormozi is a huge fan of what he calls a conditional guarantee. This is so much more powerful than a generic 30-day money-back promise. This is where you say, look, if you show up, if you do the work, and you still don't get the result we promised, we'll give you a full refund. It's powerful because it attracts the right kind of people, the ones who are committed, and it shows that you have absolute, unshakable confidence in what you're selling.
So you've done it. You have engineered the perfect offer. It's valuable, it's urgent, and it's basically risk-free for the customer. Now, how do you actually price this thing and launch it?
Well, Hormozi has a brilliant strategy for this too. Don't just guess your price. Instead, launch a beta version of your new offer to a small group at a big discount. We're talking 50, even 80% off what you think the final price will be. This lets you get amazing testimonials and case studies and work out any little issues before you roll it out to the whole world at its full premium price.
So I'll leave you with this final question to think about. Using that value equation we talked about, what could you add to your current offer right now to make it twice as valuable to your customer? Not by lowering your price, but by increasing the value. That is the secret to making an offer so good people feel stupid saying no.